I am from the southeast side. My studio's in Twin Air, and I had been bringing people to my studio and just painting their portraits and letting them tell me about their lives. It ended up being called the Memory Keepers Project. I interviewed 12 to 15 grassroots community leaders, most of them elders. And in that process, I got to interview a little old lady named Miss Flanora Frazier. And she was like, oh, well, my grandfather escaped slavery at 13 and joined the U.S. colored troops and founded this church on the corner of our neighborhood in 1889. And I was like, oh, whoa. I grew up across the street, and how did I not know this story about my neighborhood? And so in the first 200 lots of the neighborhood, there are 30 descendant families still living in their original properties from the end of the Civil War. The Indiana 28th Regiment, which had been on Hosbrook Street, and the Kentucky counterparts, which are the descendants that established Norwood and Barrington, had all been sent to Galveston at the end of the Civil War and had begun the process of Juneteenth. So not only had they been enslaved, freed themselves from slavery, won the Civil War, but then they go down to Texas and they free the slaves themselves with their own hands. And then they come back home and they establish these communities. It was a portrait project. I went in blind and came out with this amazing history.